Hello, this is Mara. Welcome back to Mara's apartment plans. We're going to talk about pothos today. So we have a few pothos here. We have a golden pothos. You can pretty much get this like anywhere. And they're really good plants for putting into water propagations. So we have another pothos here. I think this is a golden pothos too. We have a neon pothos, which is absolutely beautiful. We're starting to get into winter here.
That's my favorite.
That is your favorite. The neon. Now this is another golden pothos. You see like these gold leaves. Ooh, it's maybe marble pothos too, but I'm not sure. And then we have our snow queen, which I have a cutting of that my friend took of hers. We're just gonna propagate here. See, we're gonna propagate in water first. So we're gonna take some of these. I took some cuttings today from the salon, and what I did was so I took the vines that were forming over each area. I mean, look how long these are. They're crazy. Wait, you can't even see me. Hold on. Look how long these are. They're crazy. This one, look at that. Whoa. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna propagate these in water. So what happens here is you see these little bumps on the leaf area. Like this is the top cutting. So you'll see like a new leaf forming here, new leaf, old leaf, but we're gonna just cut that right there. So I'm gonna take that, we're gonna cut in between here, like right in the middle of that section. Okay, I'm gonna put it in these like little marble things, kind of like forming an arrangement. So we're gonna cut them in the middle of the marbles, plop them in there, and then that's it. So we have like these little fish tank things. It'll make like a little pretty, well, you can't really see it. It'll make like a little pretty arrangement. And then, like I said, what we do is we sell them. So, and people like to see the roots forming on them. So we'll do about five leaves into this size here. So this is 5 leaves here. But what'll happen is there'll be more leaves. So we'll pour water into these marbles a little above it so that those little bumps that are on the stem are touching the water. Now, you do have to refill this water, but it looks so much better with some marbles in there. There's blue, there's, black, there's all different kinds of things, but it won't look so dirty. Like the water won't look so dirty. So look how pretty these golden pothos look in here. So we'll put that we'll leave that right there. And then we'll just keep doing the same thing. So you see this? This is what you want to touch the water. You see that right here? This area. You want that to touch the water. So you're just gonna chop it, put it in there, make sure it touches the water. Wait, let me lower this camera. Okay. There we go. Now I got that figured out. Yay, I'm getting a little bit better every time we do this station. And then you just go like this. Up. Here we go. So now this leaf is facing up and then this, there we go. So pop that in there. We'll do 5 leaves per thing here. And then see, look at that. Look at that aerial root. That's what they're called. They're called aerial roots. You put that in there, and now we're just going to pour some water in there, covering it until those aerial roots are covered into the water.
Now, is that tap water or is that filtered water?
This is tap water, but I do put a little bit of fish tank stuff in it to purify the water. So hold on one second. Let me go get it really quick. So I put a little bit of this water conditioner. See that? In there. I put that in the water, and it takes out a lot of the chlorine and the salts and this and that, and it's perfect for this. So it's perfect for anything, actually. You could put it in every single dose of your water, just like that fish fertilizer I told you about. But don't put that in there yet. Put it in there when it starts to develop roots. Now, this is what it's going to look like in about a week. So, in about a week, what you'll have is, you see those white? So, from those brown tips that you had on here, these brown tips here, this is what you're going to have. And that's the beginning. That's the formation of the roots. And that's what you want. So I have a whole little water propagation here. This is just for me at home. And then what we're going to do is we're going to plant this up into soil. So you could propagate this. Now we're going to do another one of these, of the marbles. And we're just gonna chop it. Now this one these are tighter. So obviously they were getting a lot of light here. So we're gonna just we're gonna chop these up. You know what, I was gonna put 2 leaves on each one, but with each of these arrow roots, like, you'll get new leaf growth from that. So we're just gonna put it in here. So we want as many leaves as we can, actually, because if we don't get as many leaves as we can, then what's the point? We want it to be like a nice full plant. So we're gonna get it nice and full. Now these marbles, see, the square container's not really that great, but you could just put the marbles over the stem too, because they're just growing roots in the water. This is really foolproof. So we're gonna do five leaves. See how pretty that looks? 5 little leaves. And then we're just gonna pour some water in there, and that'll hold it in there. It just looks better with the marbles. I mean, will the marbles, it'll grow right through. It'll grow right through. Now we have a martini glass over here, a stemless martini glass. We're gonna take some of those cuttings here, cut them right in between. So this is a node, and this stem here with nothing in it, this is a node, a bump, those are nodes. This little stem in here, that's an internode. You cut right in between. Like that. See that? Stick it in the martini glass. And then do it again. Stick it in between. Then we do it again. Then we do it again. And here we go. We have 5 leaves. We're gonna put them in this martini glass. Try to keep the leaves upright. I mean, I feel like look how pretty this one leaf is. Like if you keep them upright, I feel like people like that a lot better. And the whole thing is, I mean, hey, if you're doing this at home, you do it any way that you want. What's going on, Barry? You tired from all the pierogies I made you?
No, I'm good.
My friend got me pierogies from the Ukrainian store. They're homemade. I made them with onions. They were delicious. When I tell you, out of this world, potato, farmer's cheese, and then I put them red onion and white onion. So I put 2 red onions, 2 white onions, made them for my husband, and then I put a side of string beans, which he doesn't want to eat. He does not want to eat his vegetables. He's like a 5-year-old. He's like a 5-year-old. He does not want to eat his vegetables. So that's what happened. All right, so we got our leaves here. Now, what we're gonna do is we have these little pots that I told you about. Now we have these little pots, and what we're gonna do is, oh, I lost a leaf. Now we have these little pots, and we are going to propagate. So we have these in water. We're gonna do some soil too, because these already kind of have roots on them. You see, these are those. Now with these internodes here, they're not gonna fit in here. So we're gonna just cut them off, and we're gonna keep them kind of small, like that, so that they fit in these little 2-inch planters. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. Cut them off, cut them off. We're gonna put about, I don't know, like 3 leaves in there. We're gonna put about 3 leaves. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make kind of like a little bouquet. You see that? Little bouquet. Put a tiny bit of soil, about a half a way up. Now the soil that I use, this is perlite, orchid bark, and just Miracle Grow potting mix. I didn't put worm castings. I didn't do anything crazy like that. So just put them in here like that. And then what you're gonna do is, let me rotate the camera again, now that I figure out how to do that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little thingy right here, and you're gonna put the potting soil on top here. And that's it. And that makes like a little, you're gonna put a little more. Wait, hold on, I'm too high up now. Here we go. Okay, so you're gonna put a little more in, boom. See that? Now we have 3 leaves. And you're gonna water it in. A little bit, not crazy, because these are really small containers. These are only like 2-inch containers. So you want those roots to form, but you don't want it to be too crazy. You don't want it to be too waterlogged, because that's gonna rot those roots. Now here's a top cutting. Here's another top cutting. There's a leaf, there's 2 leaves here, and then there's gonna be another leaf forming. You could, I don't know if you can see it. It's already forming. You see that little pointy thing right there? As you get better at this, you'll learn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take
What was that little pointy thing?
That's the leaf. That's the new
leaf
coming in. Yeah. So these grow really fast. Now let me cut off, because these aren't that deep, these containers. But let me cut off like a little bit of the internode. but you definitely want that piece on it, okay? Because that's where the new roots are gonna form out of. And you're gonna plop it in there. That's an end one, okay? So now, what else do I have? Oh my God, we went through all of our, anyway, I have these with already established roots. These only took a week. So see that white root coming in? Where am I here? See that white, you see that white root here? Like right here, coming in? You're gonna stick that in there, okay? Then, yeah, we have 3 leaves in here, that's good. Now we're gonna water it in. It's just gonna settle that dirt around those roots. So see that? And then this thing is gonna grow like wildfire. That's what happens. And we're gonna do the same thing. I have 2 more. I have 2 more of these things and then we're done, okay? So, like I said, fill it up halfway. I have, let me see, that one's not that good. Let me see. Look at this root. Holy crapoli. Look at that, in 1 week. This is what it's gonna look like. This is the root. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop that in there. We have 3 leaves on it, so we're not gonna do anything else, and then we're just gonna water it in. A little bit. That's it. Done. Maybe let me put a little bit more soil in here. All right, and that's it. All right. One more. You guys are gonna be like, what happened to the rest of the video? She takes a half an hour on every video. But not today, bitches. Not today. I'm not doing a half-hour video because everybody's complaining about it. My mother, she's like, why do you have to do such long videos? Then I have to watch the whole thing. And I said, well, I don't have to, but I just thought it was pretty informational. So, all right. There we go. Look at that. How pretty is that? Great gift to give somebody. Great gift. $3. You got a nice gift. You bring it over to somebody's house. Hold on. Let me bring it up a little. Great gift. You bring it over to somebody's house and, you know, they're happy over it. I mean, look at that.
So how old are these plants to your right?
What?
In the pots.
Oh, all of these.
Yeah, how old are they roughly?
These plants here. Now, I don't keep them all in one place, okay? At all. I keep them all in different places. So, this Snow Queen, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look, it's throwing off a new leaf. This one is new to my house, probably about 2 months. A month. I stole it from the salon. Now this one here, this neon pothos, I bought this. Hold on, let me show you. I bought this plant with only 5 leaves on it. That's it. It actually needs to be watered right now. I bought this plant with 5 leaves on it. And what I did was, okay, so do you guys know what hairpins are? Hairpins are, let me show you. They're like, you could use paper clips to do this or whatever. So, what I do is, these little area roots that are in here, the little area roots that are on here, what I do is I take a hairpin, I stretch it out a little bit, all right? I stretch it out a little bit, And then I take this plant and I put the hairpin in the soil with the aerial root touching the soil, and it spreads out. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I actually have cut these. When you prune these back, they even get bigger. So I've cut this, I've sold them, I've done a lot of that at the salon.
So you're telling me the hairpin makes the plant grow?
No, the hairpin touches the soil. So the hairpin makes the stem touch the soil, which has the aerial root on it.
Oh.
Then it roots into the soil, and then it grows out more shoots.
So how old is
It's
that?
pretty cool.
How old is that plant in your hand?
This plant is like a year old. I had 5 leaves on this plant.
So you're telling
And
me...
I've sold these leaves too.
So
Let me
you're
get this
telling...
out of the way.
So
This
how...
thing. So I'm going to show you how, actually I'm going to show you with this. So here are hairpins, right? Now, I don't know if you can see. That's a hairpin. Not a bobby pin, a hairpin. So you're going to stretch it out like that. All right? You're going to stretch it out like that. Wait, let me move this away
It
a little
looks
bit.
like a bobby pin.
All right, it's not a bobby pin, it's a hairpin. So now, you see how this is like coming over? If I want to fill this in, now this is pretty full, this plant. If I want to fill this in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this, you're going to take some of the stems that are draping over, you're going to go, and you're going to, hold on, sort it out first. And then take it, and you're going to want to touch it into the soil. And you just pin it into the soil like that. Now that will make it grow into the soil, root down, and then it'll grow even more leaves. Okay, it'll really get really full really fast. Same thing with this one. Now let's see, this one's kind of not that full, I don't think. What I would do is, I would
So you put the stem in
take
between.
this stem and put it in here. Then I would do it again, because this plant, it really doesn't look that great, I have to say. Like, this plant is not that full. To me, I don't think it's that full. Some people would be absolutely perfectly happy with that. I'm not. So let's get to work. All right, let's get to work and get this shit going. All right, so we're gonna pin these aerial roots down in the soil. Let's wait for these to get a little longer. Oh wait, this one's pretty good for that. One more, that's it. One more, and then we're gonna put this in the soil. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling now, guys. Look at this. That looks a lot better, it looks a lot fuller, but the best part is wherever I pin those pins, new growth is going to start. So once it roots down, it's going to take a while, but once it roots down, new growth is going to start from there and come out. And it's going to be like, it's going to fill in so much. Like this little thing over here was 5 leaves that I got at a nursery. And now look at it. And I've propagated this so many times, I can't even tell you.
So you're telling me that was your idea? With the
No,
hairpin?
absolutely not. It wasn't my
You
idea.
saw that on a video.
Yeah, I saw it on a video.
It's kind of like your messy bun.
My messy, but don't pay any attention to my hair today. It looks disgusting.
No, do you have hairpins in that messy bun?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, because I can
Oh,
see
yeah,
it's
hairpins.
fuller on top of your head.
Then, let's see. Hold on one second. We got another one over here. Now, this one is not really that full either. But I do have aerialers to pin it down, and we will do that. That's a great idea, Barry. Thank you for bringing that up.
What do you
So
call,
we're gonna
what do
pin
you
these
call,
in.
what do you call that hairstyle? When
And that's
women-
it. Right there. Look how much fuller it looks right away.
How's
We're
it
gonna water
bouffant?
this too.
Is it called a bouffant? When the hair is up high on the top?
I'm editing that out. Okay, guys, so here we are. We have all these plants that we pinned down. They look super full and they look really, really beautiful now. Look at this. We even have, I think I might even pin something else down here because there's some growing out of the soil here. Let me pin down one more here. Here we go. So there's this one vine that is growing new leaves, but I'll just pin down that one. Look how nice and full that looks. In pothos, I have this in a west facing window, but it's pretty far away from the west facing window. And I kind of wanted to go this way. Then this one is in my bedroom on a dresser. Did we pin down? Yeah, we pinned down some of the vines. Hold on, it's not touching. All right, and then this drapes over and it goes on top of the tall dresser. This one goes in a very low light area. So this goes by my picture wall. So I have a picture wall with photographs of my whole family and stuff like that. And you know, I have plants in between my family photos. And that's why these leaves are so little. Because they're tiny. They're not getting enough light. But I kind of like it like that. It kind of condenses it and keeps it little. And I like it like that. So we're going to leave it like that. Now let's get back to these water propagations. The clients are going to love them. And they're going to see the growth, which is always fun. The growth of the roots and everything. And they get to bring them home. And they have like these little marbles inside. Then we have these little soil propagations. These roots grow really fast. They're foolproof. They're kind of like, remember when we did the Travescantia the other day? That's also called Wandering Jew. They grow so fast. They grow in a few days, the roots. These, on the other hand, they'll take about a week for the roots to start growing. But like I said, I already had some propagating in water, just water. And then we put them into the soil. So those will grow rapidly. They'll grow pretty quick. And well, guys, thank you for tuning in. And it was an awesome night at Mara's apartment, plants, and Barry was wonderful. It was a wonderful night. We had a great time. Golden. I think this is a golden, but I'm not sure. I like the pot. My mom doesn't. She said it looks like aluminum foil. This one, I keep all white pots in my bedroom. I really like white pots in my bedroom because my bedroom's all like, you'll see it one day. It's all like terracotta and white and black frames and stuff. And then this, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, the Snow Queen. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Like, and the variegation and all of that. And I know it's not like anything tremendously special, but it is to me. So, my my friend just has my friend Christina, she just has absolutely beautiful plants. She's the one that gave me the pierogies tonight that I made for Barry. So good. So good. Her plants are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And then tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a few monsteras, I think. I think we're going to go over monsteras. I don't know if you guys know what that is. They're very easy plants to deal with. But yeah, they're a lot of fun to watch grow. And some of them grow really fast and some of them grow really slow. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, thank you for joining us in Mara's apartment plants. Barry says thank you also, right? Did you say thank you?
Click the like button if you like it.
Click like and subscribe and yeah, definitely view us. I mean, I like watching. I have 8 subscribers now. I mean, come on. I have 8 subscribers. I was like partying my ass off. 8 subscribers. Woohoo! You know, who cares about 250,000 million K likes? I don't care. I want 8 subscribers. I like that. 9 would be better, but I appreciate the 8. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.